What's up, guys? Saku Foxheart here. Welcome back to the Fox Den. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day because we are getting into Novena Diabolos. And it's gonna be fun. It's an anime horror-esque game where we have to survive 9 nights in a town as a reporter while we are being hunted and there are murders going on. So very mystery-ish like, but it sounded cool and I figured we could get into it. So without further ado, let's get into it. This game is pure fiction. Its contents have no connection to existing locations, names, people, events, organizations, or institutes. You belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of lies. John 8:44. Thursday, October 25th, 8 days until the selection. Okay, so 8 days till the selection. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but let's go. No clouds in sight, meaning you'll be able to enjoy clear sky all throughout the weekend, making this a perfect time to spend some cozy days with your family. Such nice weather. Well, alright. So we're on a drive, I guess? This isn't what I would call clear skies at all. Yeah, it looks a little foggy, my dude. Doesn't look good one bit. There I go mumbling to myself again. I have to stop complaining about everything so much. Yeah, you're such a worrywart, dude. Stop complaining. The whole road is covered by dense fog. It's the complete opposite of what they're saying on the radio. This much fog out of nowhere is something that never happens normally. These mountains are pretty remote, but it's highly unusual, even for a place like this. Navigation says turn left. There's no, I don't know if you're paying attention here, but there's no left. There's road, side of road. The left is not there. Whatever navigation device GPS is being made and used here, I'm not gonna go left, I'm gonna go straight. Given the current atmosphere, the GPS's voice sounds inappropriately happy. I slowly turn the steering wheel to the left. There was no left. A road sign with the name of the place I'm heading for is faintly visible through the fog. Okay. Looks like the GPS is actually doing its job. Maybe a little overeager for my own good, but I step on the gas. The tires turn quickly as I keep driving right into the fog. I mean, I'm getting kind of like a Silent Hill-esque vibe from the fogginess, my man. I'm not exactly happy about that. I keep driving along the road, which is almost completely covered in hazy, thick fog. I can't make out a single detail of the background scenery, which makes it feel like I'm just driving along the same old road with no end in sight. It's okay, I've got this. Everything's going well so far. It's the last thing you say. That's the last thing you say, my man. That's the last thing you say. In a sudden onset of anxiety, I start nervously tapping the steering wheel with my index finger. Everything's fine, right? I mean, if you're second-guessing yourself, man, you might as well turn around. Radio host. Next up is our current event show. And today's guest is... well, surely everyone who knows this program is familiar with him. New Trace's very own PD, Program Director, Saku Kim. If I F up some names, I'm sorry, I'm trying. Hello. I am PD Saku Kim. I'm, hello. Sounds like someone's a little nervous in the spotlight. I know that voice on the radio quite well. It's Saku Kim, who is my senior at the company, a well-recognized PD, who strongly opposed my coverage. Quite frankly, his voice is the last thing I want to be hearing right now. But he might talk about news that involves me too, so I deliberately turned the frequency back just in time. I am certain you are very proud to be here, and the people will surely forgive your nervousness. Indeed. In fact, News Trace is a program built upon the foundation of trust, isn't that so? As a matter of fact, we ran into some heated controversy quite recently. We did a lot of internal reflecting in regards to that. You're talking about my story. Whoa, what the fuck? You okay? You're talking about my story. I hit the steering wheel out of sheer frustration. You need to calm down, man, and warn me next time before you smack things like that. In any case, I would be lying if I said I'm entirely without fault. As an employee of News Trace, he, as well as others, suffered at the consequences. There's no reason to lash out at someone for simply doing their job, right? Because it's always my fault. My fault? Why am I blaming myself so much? News Trace. Without a doubt, the best news program and among the most trusted throughout Korea. I had always wanted to become a PD at CISA Journal. When I got the chance to work at News Trace, I kept pursuing my dream. A position as a PD at News Trace, all I could have ever asked for. Yet, as it turns out, one guy is enough to undermine a news outlet's credibility. And that guy just so happens to be pathetic old me. Where are we heading? This is strange. It's just so foggy, man, and then, I just don't know where we're heading. We're going to a town, apparently. I'm not sure why we're heading to this town, but I don't know. This is strange. I feel like I've been through here before. Yeah, this road looks the same fogginess where you told me to turn left. Not Siri. Please don't tell me I'm lost. Navigation system. In 300 meters, turn right. Just in time, the GPS voice guides me in the right direction. There's absolutely nobody around, but switching on the turn signal is second nature. Funny how that works. I mean, it's just good driver's etiquette, I would say. I would think. I don't know. You were talking about internal problem? You see, unnecessary stubbornness. It's a vice that can blind people and keep them from seeing things for what they actually are. It's very frustrating to see young, promising talents fall victim to that kind of unprofessional behavior. Getting caught up in ridiculous stories is a waste of manpower and time that could be used for actually productive things. I can't believe it. Would you listen to that guy? Despite trying my best, I can't keep myself from cursing. He's clearly talking about me. He's talking about what I've discovered so far and trying to dismiss it as absurd. He's doing it openly to convince the public of my mistake. I know exactly what he thinks of my coverage. I really do. Honestly, I can understand his point of view. Nobody likes to be talked about like that behind their back. I stare at the radio angrily. I do so even though I know exactly that it won't make him shut up. But it still feels good. I eventually give up and reach for the radio. I should listen to some music instead. Radio is messing up. What's going on here? The radio's acting up. I play around with the frequency a little bit. When things start to turn staticky and it's foggy outside, that's not the place you want to be, my man. You want to get out of there. Everything about this place is gloomy. Even the radio is creeping me out. Turn right. Whoa! Quick turn out of nowhere. Surprised by the sudden curve, I take my eyes off the radio. You always have to be alert on the mountain roads like this. Things can go awfully wrong in an instant. What? Suddenly, the car is headed straight into this thick fog. Everything is covered by the fog. I can't make out a single thing in front of me. Navigation system. Keep going straight. Straight? But that curve just now, I'm pretty sure that's... Everything about this current situation is too unsettling for my taste. I'm nervous. Whoa! Damn! Okay. Okay, are we good, man? Phew, jeez. The car comes to a stop just in time. A second later, and it would have veered off the road. Had I gone any further, I would have crashed right into the railing. I barely managed to prevent a horrible accident. Keep going straight. Go straight. Go straight. Go straight. Go straight. Yep. Okay, radio. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thanks, navigation. You're helping me out here, man. I look at the ruined GPS system in disbelief. The car's engine doesn't look as if it survived this ordeal either. I don't know what the hell just happened, but first things first, I should find a way out of this damn fog. You shouldn't have even went into the fog in the first place, my man. Ugh, don't do this to me. Okay then, so this is how it goes? Goddamn piece of crap car! You crappy car, you're my piece of shit car. Everything about this is a mess, even before it started. Kim's face pops up in my mind. With his stolen look, reprimanding me, I can't let him have this last laugh. I need to stay calm. The car just broke down. Now we're getting out of the car and walking into the fog. Whew. Hopelessness starts to sweep over me as I get out of the car. I have absolutely no clue where I am because of this disorienting fog, and my only means of transportation just died on me. No dip, my man. The car's broken, GPS is cracking all over the place, and radio's not working, my man. This is the time where you run. I was supposed to arrive at the interview location for my case today, but I can forget about things going according to schedule now. True that, Jun. True that. It can't be helped. It's out of my control. I decide that the smartest thing to do right now is contact my boss. I doubt he'll be pleased to hear from me, the guy who didn't listen and ventured out on his own, but I still have to make a report. Let's make the call, man. What? Why isn't the call? No signal, dude. No signal, my man. Huh? No signal? Am I really that deep in the mountains? I mean, you went into probably another dimension, my dude. You're, the fog, as you might. Try as I might, I simply can't find a way to establish contact to the outside world. No, this isn't working. Well, I should probably have a look around. If I'm lucky, there's some sort of rest stop or motel nearby. Otherwise, I should start mentally preparing for quite a hike. Guess I'll have to leave the car here. Well, you know it's not good when your car breaks down and you're in the middle of some fog and you have to start walking. I start packing up things from the car that could prove useful. Oof, those loud noises out of nowhere are getting me. Having packed my things, I tighten the straps on my backpack and start walking along the road. I sure hope I'm not too far away from civilization. I wonder how long I've been walking for already. It's hard to tell. What have we got here? That sign again, but it says something different. Hope Hill Village. That's not where I was heading. I look around and try to make things out of the fog. The sun is starting to set already, meaning I'll probably have to stay there for the night. At the village, there should be a way to establish contact to the outside world. And maybe I can even score an interview for the case I'm investigating. Following this sign should lead me to the village. I sure hope it's not too far away. Oof. Jun, you need to get out of there, my dude. You didn't hear that music going on? It's not good. Not good. Seems like the village is further away than I thought. I stop for a moment and take a look around. Ooh, what is hanging from that tree? Snot? Ooh. The sun is gone now, and all that's left is a pale blue moonlight reflected off the road. That tree. What is that? What a strange tree. Strips of white cloth are tied to the dying trees, moving slowly in the faint wind. Just looking at it gives me goosebumps for some reason. Yeah, no kidding. All that snot all over the tree. You gotta watch out for that stuff. Nope, too creepy for my taste. I pass the tree while rubbing my arms to ward off the goosebumps. The further I walk away from it, the quieter the eerie sound of the wheezing wind gets. Well, this village looks lovely. Look at that beautiful sunset. I love it. It's great. This is a great village to visit while you're on an investigation. Looks like this is it. I take a good look at the whole village from afar. The entrance to the village is covered by so much ominous fog it makes me reluctant to keep walking. The buildings looks desolate and shabby. Twigs protrude from crumbling walls. Loose windows rattle in the wind at even the slightest breeze. I'm in trouble. Big, big trouble. You said it, Jun, not me. You said it. You feel exactly what I'm feeling right now, my man. I mumble to myself, fully aware that I've gotten myself stuck in one of the worst places possible. Highly hesitant, and with reluctant steps, I enter the village. Well, you know, anybody that lives in this place is gonna just be wonderful. I'm gonna love them. They're gonna be so great. One day off, that's all. 10:25, Thursday, 8:45 p.m., Hope Hill Village. There are villages that look bad from the outside and turn out to be nice and quaint, but this isn't one of them. The fog throughout the village is so thick it feels like a horror movie. But although the place is remote and has no cell phone signal, I do spot a few people around. I need to solve the most urgent issue first. Is there any place nearby with a phone I could use? I look around and see a villager walking in my direction. So I approach him. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, What's up, dude? Why are your eyes so sunken in? Oh my gosh. I immediately shut my mouth and regret having said anything. I'm with you on that, my dude. Jun, you need to get away from this guy. The villager's eyes are empty and randomly wander around. He doesn't look like he's having a great time, I will say that, and his body is shockingly skinny and malnourished. His appearance reminds me of the drug addicts you sometimes see in the big cities. The man looks at me and smiles. Don't do that. He looks at me and smiles, passes me by with anxious, stilted steps. So he just smiled at me, laughed, and walked away. That's the best thing that could have happened, I'm thinking. Jeez, that's creepy. I wonder what his deal is. I mean, I don't know if you want to know what his deal is, Jun. Maybe you don't want to just let him pass by, and not talk to him again, and hopefully never see him in this village. Actually, just get out of the village. Just get out of the village. I don't have a good feeling about any of this. I look back with uneasiness as I rub my arms to ward off the cold. The man walks off with creaking, frail legs and disappears into the fog. Suddenly, I get the feeling that he seems strangely familiar. Weird. I think I've seen him somewhere before. I mutter to myself and start walking again. He seems familiar to you. It's hard to keep track of time in this place. I arrived in front of a building. The sign outside reads Hope Hill Motel. So, there's a motel in this place after all. At least there's lights on in that place. All the other buildings looked like they had no lights on, so it's kind of creepy. I mumble something to myself and push open the door. I'm here! I am Jun! That's probably not what he says. If this is an actual motel, there has got to be a landline phone. Hello? The whole place looks very old-fashioned and rural. A classic country-style motel. I feel very welcome here. It doesn't smell particularly bad and looks clean enough. That's already more than I was expecting. That thought in mind, I make my way to the counter. What's up, my dude? The motel owner, who's sitting in the counter, looks at me with a curious expression on his face. Maybe it's because he's not used to seeing customers. I highly doubt many people from outside pass through here. Just you? Need a room for one? Could I use your phone before booking one? Phone? Yeah, I have an urgent call to make, but my cell phone isn't working. Oh my, how unfortunate. I'm well aware of my bad luck. I'm sure you have noticed the fog that has befallen us. Once the fog is like that, you can barely see your own feet on the ground. With a fog like this, no public transportation is running. Nothing will pass through here. And oddly enough, the phone appears to have stopped working. Well, that's not good. The motel owner picks up the phone in front of him. He dials random numbers and tries to make a call. But nothing happens. Well, I appreciate you going out of your way to try. Like, to show me that it didn't work. So that's, there's something. Appreciate you, motel owner. Just take a look at it yourself. It's not working. So, there's no way I can get in contact with the outside world? Why would you even come here at a time like this? I mean, I didn't choose to come here. The car kind of, possessed itself and everything passed down as I was heading through the Silent Hill fog. Are you on a business trip or something? Well, yes. I've gotten some things I need to take care of nearby. I can't do anything if there's no way to call this in. What are my options here? Well, I'm afraid there isn't much I can do. Having bad luck every now and then is the price we pay for living. But don't worry. This is quite a common occurrence in this area. You will receive an official confirmation letter proving you actually got stuck here. You won't get fired from your job. If what he's saying is true, the strange fog seems to be some sort of natural disaster around these parts. Is that actually a thing? This is the first time I've ever heard of a fog like this in this country. I cast a puzzled look at the motel owner, but he doesn't seem to be paying much attention as he writes down something in his lodging sheet. This fog will clear up in a day or two. Please, stay here and rest until that happens. There isn't that much fog within the village itself, so you shouldn't feel too uncomfortable. We have a supermarket in our village. You should be able to find everything you need there. I guess there's nothing I can do about it. Well then, sign me up for a room for one, please. Please write down your name right here. Jun, 1025. I signed my name on the lodging sheet. There you go. Oh, but if there's no signal at all, my card won't work, am I right? You don't have any cash on you? I'm afraid not. Just some change. Well, postpone it for now, and you can pay me once the fog is cleared. This guy's very, accommodating. I appreciate that in a motel owner. Jun Sung Parks, the name. Alright, here's your key. You'll be staying in room 301. Thank you very much. No problem. Helping each other out is what we're put on this earth for. I bow my head to the smiling motel owner and head off to my room. Interesting town so far. Not sure that I'm, completely enthusiastic about it, but, yeah. Throwing my backpack over my shoulder, I open up the door that leads to my room. Nice room. Nice creepy picture in the corner. Okay, my accommodation is relatively neat, which isn't that surprising. The motel is very Spartanic, even by countryside standards. Well, this place isn't too bad. At least the floor is clean. I take off my coat and enter the room. Whoa! What's going on all of a sudden? I suddenly find myself lying on the motel floor. Did I pass out or something? Did something happen? My body feels heavy, yet relaxed. All kinds of thoughts are washing over me. I calm myself down to keep my mind stable and my head clear, and the dizziness fades. What a bad time for this to happen. Events of the past unfold in my mind. I had gotten the scoop of all scoops. A dead body. Ooh. Evidence openly scattered all around it. The perfect scoop in any reporter's eyes. I covered the case faster than anyone else, and drew final conclusions on the case that were widely publicized, and fell flat on my face doing so. What I reported turned out to be more of a novel than actual fact. I was criticized by everyone for spreading misinformation, and my boss, who had vouched for me, had to take responsibility for all of it. That explains why his boss isn't very happy with him. That's when things became awkward between us. The incident turned a relationship of admiration and mutual respect sour. I was reprimanded and my pay was cut. And for a while, I was in a daze and couldn't quite believe what had happened myself. While everything that I had ever worked for crumbled around me, I met the reporter, Hosok Cho. You're really gonna let your life be ruined by one thing? Come on! I bet that's not how you envisioned your dream playing out. Am I right, or am I right? His bright and positive attitude made me come back to my senses quickly. He's right. You say bright and positive attitude, but he does not look bright and positive at all. He's got a very, anger face going on, especially with the sour, lips. Just saying. He's right. I can fix my mistakes by trying again, proving everyone wrong. That was the promise I made to myself before jumping into this case. A mass disappearance case. My research made me realize there were some common connections and overlapping similarities in these nationwide disappearances. Okay, interesting. We're getting interesting here. Chasing leads on this case is what ultimately led me here. However, due to the recent development of special tourism zones, this whole area is very different from what's shown on the GPS map. I got lost and the GPS had trouble keeping up. The fact that there is zero information about this village may be related to that as well. Anyway, this village is part of the area too. As a result, it is automatically part of my investigative research. He said that this fog will clear up in a day or two, but I shouldn't let that time go to waste. Twiddling my thumbs and doing nothing would be foolish. My time would be better spent researching and looking for leads and clues in this village. True that, Jun. True that. All right. I get up. My body feels tense again instead of limp and weak, and I'm back in control. Time to unpack my luggage. I take out the journal I use for notes and put it in my coat pocket. Then I make sure my phone's camera works before plugging the charger into an outlet. Time to take all the files out of the backpack and arrange them in order. And, it's a fairy tale book Hosuk Cho gave me as a gift. The gift's purpose is to remind me of my initial commitment. After a short moment, I set the book aside. I opened the bottle of water that's been placed in my room, take a sip from it, and I look around. Not too shabby, really. Neat, tidy, and quiet. This room is good enough to serve as a temporary office for interviews and other things, at least for a day or two. I'll just have to accept that things around here won't go quite as smoothly as they would on the outside. Damn it. I wish I could have made that last call. The sudden ringing of my cell phone takes me by surprise. I thought there was no signal around here. I cast a confused look at my phone. The text says 8 days until the selection. The sender is unknown. 8 days until the selection. I fiddle around with my phone and hold it towards the ceiling, but no matter what I do, I can't get a signal. Is this a prank message that my phone picked up by accident? What's the meaning of this? It could be just a prank, but given the circumstances, it still makes me feel uneasy. I can't stop staring at it. I drop my phone. Feeling nervous and anxious, I carefully pick it up from the ground. River. Another mysterious text message by an unknown sender. I keep fiddling around with my phone for a while, but all of this is far too cryptic for me to make any sense of it. I wonder if it's telling me to go... Okay, I turned it off. I thought the lights turned off. I was like, uh-oh. Maybe it means to go to the river or something. You know what I mean? In the end, I put my phone away and bury my head in the semi-soft pillow. This has got to be some sort of mistake. Time to get some sleep. I shouldn't needlessly worry about things like this. Friday, October 26th. 7 days until the selection. Alright, so a day has passed. The selection is a day closer. Interesting. I'm not quite sure what the selection is going to be for, but that's interesting. Alright, you guys, I think I'm going to end it there today. I'm really enjoying the whole murder mystery aspect of this thing. I love those types of stories, so it really just kind of calls to me. And I also enjoyed the Silent Hill-esque village being transported thing, which was kind of cool. I could tell that this story is getting it'll get very tense here soon. Yeah, I don't know. I appreciate you guys coming down to the Fox Den. If you haven't already, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel because it helps me make more wonderful content like this for you guys. But yeah, I will see you guys on the next one, and take it easy.